Hi guys, what's up? Mighty Mongol or Ben here, and I know I got the really patchy beard, but I'm being a dwarf at a Renaissance fair soon, so gotta keep this growing. Anyways, besides that, today we're doing a little different thing. Today we're gonna goes out to my Star Wars fans and especially the Ewok fans. No, it is not the Ewok TV show, though I will be watching it and reviewing it at a later date for you guys. Never seen it. Now today, there's two movies. These I have seen, and they are the Ewok movies, Caravan of Courage and Battle for Endor, which is kind of funny because the Battle of Endor is like in Return of the Jedi. But anyways, these are wild movies, and I watched these movies simply to see if they would ruin not my friendship. It could have ruined my friendship because the guy I watched it with, he's a good friend, and he wanted to see him because I mentioned them while we were playing Lego Star Wars and stuff, and so I was wondering if they'd ruin my childhood if I watched them again, which was a very big possibility. These movies are wild, but they actually are pretty good. And today I want to focus on the first one, Caravan of Courage. Might do a part 2 on Battle for Endor, which I think is the better movie. But you know, let me just get homemade smoothie, baby. Although it's with whipping cream and half, so it's more like a strawberry milkshake. Really, really good. Magic Bullet, get it. Not a sponsor, but get them. Anywho, so Caravan of Courage. This movie is pretty good, pretty crazy. The acting is okay. I would hate to be in one of the Ewok suits. Those look terrible to be out in the sun in, like furry and just sweating. Warwick Davis did reprise his role as Wicket, and we'll get to that in a second. But this movie had a budget of $3 million, and it was Emmy nominated. It was nominated for 2 Emmys, and it won one, which was visual effects, best visual effects. So, and actually, the costumes, makeup, and some of the effects, like CGI, were actually pretty good, I would say, for a 1970s movie. It was really good. It didn't ruin my childhood at all. I liked it a lot. I mean, it's as good as any other like children's movie that you'd watch for fun. Like I'm not ashamed of it. I don't think that's weird that you can find joy in some of the movies made for kids, and it obviously was made for kids. And basically the whole plot, spoilers, is that a family of 4 crashes on Endor, and the mom and dad get taken away by something called the Gorax, which is this giant pig type creature, like a giant but with a pig face and stuff, and it's evil and cages them up. And the kids, Sindel, she is like 7, I believe, and then Mace, who's like 13 or whatever, basically join the band of Ewoks to rescue their parents. And so you may be thinking, Mace. Oh, did Mace inspire Mace Windu? He is Mace Tawani. And there was something online that was like, oh, is Mace Tawani Mace Windu? No. Mace Tawani is white. Mace Windu is African American. Like, or black in Star Wars, basically. But yeah, like, I don't get where that theory came from. It's just like, do you not know? But anyways, did Mace Tawani inspire Mace Windu? Sort of. Mace Windu is not named after Mace Tawani, despite technically Mace Windu would be the reason Mace Tawani was named Mace, but George Lucas liked the name Mace for naming that character, and he decided to name Mace Windu because he just liked the name Mace. So kind of inspired, but not really. And basically the kids find the Ewoks. The Ewoks are like, yo, what are these people? And they're like, yo, what are these bears? And stuff. And they just like hang out a bit, and then they gotta find the parents, and so they go on a long journey picking up different Ewoks, like a priestess and a really BA cool dude. Like, he's sick and stuff, and just traveling to the Forbidden Fortress. And at the Forbidden Fortress, they have to go through a whole bunch of stuff. And Mace does something with the laser gun that I don't think should happen with a laser gun. He just takes it, points it, and then he pulls the trigger, and it's a continuous laser that goes into a rock and heats it up and explodes it. I'm like, that's a laser pistol. Granted, it's like a longer laser pistol, but that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. We've never seen that before. It just doesn't. And yeah, and one of the things, like, basically they go up some giant steps. They leave they leave Wicket and Sindel behind, and they're like, okay, we'll go on. And then they climb some spider webs, get attacked by a spider, and the shaman uses her little rod, the little priestess, to hypnotize it and get it to run away. But then the spider goes and attacks Sindel and Wicket, but they kill it and stuff. And basically they do some shenanigans, like putting the Gorax's giant axe as a seesaw, and the Ewoks jump and launch the rope and Mace up to the cage, and they climb down and then run. There's a whole chase and stuff between the Gorax and the parents and Mace and all the kids and stuff, and they get to the cliff where the spiderweb, but the spiderweb's gone because they cut it and stuff, and they're like, oh no, what are we gonna do? And then they have to fight the Gorax. They put rope across, and the Gorax trips but doesn't fall off the cliff, sadly. And the shaman priestess basically uses her little green electric beam, knocks a rock on top of him, doesn't kill him, but then the mom shoots him in the shoulder and he falls down the pit. But that's not the last we see of him. Then they're trying to get across, throw the rope across, and are going across, and then the Gorax comes up from the depths like the Balrog from Lord of the Rings and scratches at Sindel and Wicket, and he almost grabs them, but then oh yeah, by the way, the BA Ewok died because of the Gorax knocking some cave stuff, like knocking the ceiling, and the rocks fall on him, and he gives Mace the axe. Anyways, fast forward to where we were. Mace throws the axe, and it hits the Gorax in the back, and he falls dead, and then they celebrate, and blah, blah, blah. End of movie. And actually, with this movie, what inspired it is George Lucas's daughter loved Ewoks and wanted a movie, and he was like, why not? And sadly, she does not act in it. It's a different actress, but, you know, it's okay. And now here's what you all have been waiting for about my thumbnail. So thank you. If you've made it this far, thank you. Wicket is immortal. Wicket is a god. And you can't change my mind. Because the director, when asked when the Ewok movie takes place, he said 150 years after Return of the Jedi. So 154 ABY. Which means that Wicket at 11 in Return of the Jedi is 161 years old at this movie. Which means he is immortal, he is a god, and he created the Star Wars universe. That's what I'm going with right now. However, it's crazy to think of it like he's immortal and he's this being of immense power, but George Lucas talked to the director and was like, hey man, that don't make sense. Because why is Wicket still a little kid in this? And was like, actually, this movie is going to take place in 3 ABY, which is a year before Return of the Jedi. Both movies take place in that year. So, it really sucks that we don't get Wicket as an immortal being. Even though he is in my book. Now, you may be wondering, are these movies canon or not? Sadly, they are not. They're in Legends, and they're actually, if you want to watch them, they're actually on Disney Plus in the vintage section. And honestly, I would give them a watch because it's just classic Star Wars, classic Ewoks. You just want to feel good while watching a movie. Just watch it. It's great. They're great movies, and I highly suggest them. That if you're scared of showing your kids Star Wars because it's I don't like say they're like 7 or something and you want to show them Star Wars, but you don't quite want to show Anakin killing kids, even though it doesn't show, it's implied. But you just don't want them to see the normal Star Wars movies, then by all means show them the Ewok movies. Second one might get a little scary for the young ones like 5 and 6, but if you have the young ones who just aren't quite there, just show them the Ewok movies because they will enjoy it, they will love, and it will spark something for them in Star Wars. Alright, so yeah, that is my spiel on the Ewok movie. It is really good. Caravan of Courage. Check it out. Alright, Mighty Mongol out. Bye.